In the 18th century Atlantic, the gap between a successful voyage and total loss was often a matter of a few days' warning. It was a world of sudden fortunes and equally sudden deaths. This document is a direct link to that volatility. This is the Boston Newsletter, published in late November 1718. Broadcast docket, high-level European alliances, bizarre weather fatalities, and the precise coordinates of active pirate warlords. For the colonial reader, this paper was the primary tool for navigating the risks of the coming month, a necessary guide for anyone with skin in the game. We start at the international desk. In 1718, the geopolitical maneuvers in Whitehall, London, directly dictated the flow of colonial trade. The lead headline reports that the King of Sicily has entered into an alliance with Great Britain. The text mentions a broader treaty of the Grand Alliance under negotiation. For a merchant tracking Mediterranean trade, this is critical macroeconomic data. But the paper quickly pivots from elite diplomacy to visceral reports of localized destruction back in England. In Old Sarum, a violent thunderstorm led to what the paper calls a sad accident. A lightning strike hit a wagon, leaving 2 horses in a moment struck dead. The clinical tone presents this sudden, violent loss as a routine hazard of the era. This same pragmatism applies to the news of a fatal sporting wager involving a man named Squire Little. The account notes that Little was thrown from his horse during a race, broke his neck, and died on the spot. In 1718, the actions of kings and the sudden death of a neighbor were treated with equal weight. To the reader, both were unpredictable forces that could instantly impact their livelihood. The focus now shifts down the American coast. In the Philadelphia and New York datelines, the reporting centers on immediate maritime security. The famous pirates of this decade operated as mobile economic threats, capable of shutting down entire American ports. Captain Peters reports Major Steed Bonnet escaped custody, while Captain Vane, the pirate, operates nearby. The most significant alert confirms Captain Teach alias Blackbeard is out on the pirating account. This tactical intelligence notes Teach has 30-odd men in Lynnhaven Bay. A Boston merchant reading these coordinates would have immediate logistical decisions to make. These few sentences would lead to altered trade routes, grounded ships, and an immediate rise in insurance premiums. What is often remembered as the golden age of piracy was for these people an era of constant supply chain vulnerability. Finally, the news turns to the local Boston dateline, moving from international threats to domestic governance. The governor has issued a decree appointing Thursday, December 11th, as a day of public thanksgiving across the province. This call for unity is immediately followed by the grim realities of the local shipping industry. A few paragraphs down, we learn of the shipwreck of Captain Saunders. A sudden flaw of wind overset his vessel, leading to multiple drownings. At the bottom of the page, the classified advertisements provide a raw view of the colony's economic engine. There is an auction notice for hogsheads of tobacco, seized and condemned by the Court of Admiralty. Directly below is an advertisement for human labor, 6 years of service for a likely white servant maid aged about 16 years. In this single document, civic duty, mass death, and the trading of human labor are presented as the standard components of daily life. In this single week's dispatch, we see a massive concentration of high-impact events. A reader in 1718 simultaneously processed grand alliances, lethal lightning, pirate movements, and human auctions. Navigating this world required a high level of mental agility and a perspective that accepted constant, unshielded risk. Unlike the sanitized news cycles of the modern era, this was a direct, unvarnished encounter with the forces of the time. The Boston Newsletter functioned as a tool for navigating a dangerous and interconnected global system. In this world, a treaty signed in London carried the same weight as a pirate spotted in Virginia. The relentless cycle of maritime communication was the vital physical link that ultimately held all of these disparate events together. This dispatch shows that 1718 America was not isolated. It was a critical node in a matrix defined by wealth, sudden violence, and an urgent need for information.
The Daily Dispatch, history in print. No modern gloss, no